Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Okay, today we are diving into something absolutely incredible. It's a project called Sahpathi AI. And honestly, what this thing does feels a little bit like magic. Built on the Google Agent Development Kit and Antigravity 2.0, it literally takes plain, static textbooks and transforms them into fully interactive, gamified apps. And the kicker? It does this without ever needing a cloud connection. We're talking about totally revolutionizing education in places where the internet is, a luxury, not a given. So buckle up, because the architecture behind this is just fascinating.
All right, let's take a quick look at how we're going to break this down today. First, we'll look at the digital classroom bottleneck. Then, we'll explore this new offline-first paradigm, followed by the multi-agent system architecture itself. After that, we'll walk through building apps step by step, and finally, we'll wrap up with the performance and security results.
So, starting off with part 1, the digital classroom bottleneck.
To really get why Sahpathi AI is such a game changer, we first have to look at the massive disconnect between modern tech expectations and actual rural realities. You see, modern edtech has kind of evolved in a bubble. It just assumes you have continuous high-speed internet, the latest hardware, and the budget to pay for active developer billing structures. But the reality in rural or under-resourced schools? It is the exact opposite. They're dealing with spotty cellular or broadband networks, and they definitely don't have the budgets for expensive hardware upgrades.
And these aren't just, minor headaches. These are literal brick walls blocking entry. Because of those inconsistent networks, all those shiny, cloud-hosted AI applications, they're completely unusable. And when you add in recurring per-token API fees and expensive maintenance subscriptions, bringing advanced AI into these local communities becomes financially and technically impossible. The whole system is basically designed for a completely different world.
Which brings us to part 2, the offline-first paradigm.
This is where we get an incredibly elegant solution known as offline first. Basically, this is a localized computing framework that completely cuts the cord. It untethers autonomous software creation from the cloud entirely, which completely wipes out network costs and server fees. I mean, think about how huge that is. By severing that connection, Sahpathi AI creates a zero-cost loop, making high-end AI architectures actually viable in the most under-resourced areas on the planet.
Actually, the entire philosophy of this platform boils down to just 4 words. Compute locally, execute everywhere. That's the core mantra here, and it's absolutely brilliant. You generate the intelligence and build the app right there on a local machine, and then you can run it anywhere, no internet required.
The benefits of doing things locally like this are just staggering. First off, 0 variable cost. No server fees, period. Second is frictionless distribution. The engine actually saves the interactive game as a single .html file. This means teachers can literally just pass these files around on a cheap USB flash drive or over a local Bluetooth network. Third, we've got domain-anchored grounding, meaning the AI is tied strictly to the local curriculum. And finally, because these are just basic web files, you can play them on totally outdated hardware running old web browsers.
All right, moving under the hood to part 3, the multi-agent system architecture. So, powered by the Google Agent Development Kit and the Antigravity 2.0 engine, the brilliant move here is how they isolate responsibilities to prevent the AI from getting confused, or what we call context collapse. We essentially have 2 distinct personas. Agent 1 is the brain, the pedagogical agent. Think of it as an expert instructional designer. It analyzes the raw curriculum and maps out the game logic, but, and this is key, it never writes a single line of code. Then we pass the baton to Agent 2, the builder. This is the front-end agent. It takes that logic map from the brain and acts as the software developer, strictly compiling plain HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript, with 0 reliance on external libraries.
Okay, so how does a standard text prompt actually become a playable app? It happens in a really clean 4-step flow. Step 1, you input the raw local textbook. Step 2, the brain queries the local file system MCP server to build out a solid lesson plan. Step 3, the builder grabs that plan and actually writes the web code. And step 4, this is super important. The anti-gravity artifact gate intercepts the whole process and hits pause until a real human validates it.
Now, going back to that local file system MC server for a second, the key takeaway here is strict anchoring. Why does this matter so much? Well, the pedagogical agent isn't just pulling from some massive generic AI training data. Instead, it's restricted to querying only the localized textbooks in a secure enclosed folder. This strict anchoring means the AI is only going to teach exactly what is in your local curriculum guides. It completely wipes out the risk of the AI making things up or instructional hallucinations, keeping it perfectly matched to the reality on the ground.
But wait, how does an AI actually write files to a computer while completely offline? Because vanilla AI models definitely can't just talk to your local file system out of the box. Sahpathi AI bridges this gap with a custom skill called write_local module. Basically, this takes the system's instructions and securely spits out standard web files directly to a very specific, confined spot on your hard drive. It enforces strict security isolation, so you don't have to worry about the AI accidentally or, maliciously overriding any critical files on your computer.
Let's put this into practice with Part 4, Building Apps Step by Step.
Let's look at what a day in the life of a user actually looks like, because it is insanely frictionless. First, you just clone the repository and drag and drop your textbook files right into the local folder. Second, you open up the Antigravity 2.0 app and type a simple prompt, like generate a division game for third graders. Third, you look over the visual preview the agents made for you and just click approve. And fourth, you open the final .html file offline in whatever browser you have. Just like that, teachers can generate rich, interactive educational games instantly. Zero coding experience required.
And I want to highlight what happened in Step 3 there, because it perfectly illustrates Sahpathi's commitment to rigorous safety engineering. We call it the human-in-the-loop artifact gate. The system literally pauses its execution thread. It goes into an awaiting review state, actively blocking the file from being written to your computer until a human manually inspects and approves the logic. So absolutely no unverified or faulty code can execute or save to your system without you saying yes first.
Which brings us to our final section, Part 5, Performance and Security Results.
So, looking at the hard data, how did all this actually hold up in rigorous capstone testing? 100%. Not 99, not mostly accurate, a solid 100%. That is the validation rating the pedagogical agent achieved for instructional grounding. When evaluators tried to trick it by throwing out-of-bounds topics at it, it didn't guess or hallucinate. It actively checked the local file index, corrected its course, and completely refused to create irrelevant setups.
When you zoom out and look at the operational impact, this system is a literal 10x multiplier for educators in zero-resource environments. And it all rests on 3 pillars. First, speed. It squashes asset creation time from hours down to literal seconds. Second, security. The sandboxed execution means there's zero risk of data leaking out. And third, educational resonance. Because of that strict local anchoring, the learning modules are perfectly dialed into local field realities.
Now, if you're sitting there worried about an AI acting unpredictably on a local machine, you can rest easy. During testing, the built-in security constraint loop successfully blocked every single containment breach attempt. Anytime the evaluators tried to sneak malicious code into the file name parameter, it triggered an immediate failure and instantly shut down the file writing process. The architecture is just incredibly secure.
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly exciting thought. We've just seen how Sahpathi AI can successfully bring cutting-edge interactive tools to the most remote classrooms on Earth without costing a single dime in server fees. So I'll leave you with this question. If multi-agent local computing can turn a static textbook into an interactive app for free, what other global divides can offline-first AI bridge next? Are we looking at healthcare? Agriculture? The potential to use agents for good here is basically limitless. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you next time.